Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Avalanche News with Colony Lab. In every episode, we'll bring you the latest and greatest updates from the dynamic and rapidly evolving world of Avalanche. So, join us as we explore the most exciting segments of the Avalanche ecosystem, including network upgrades and highlights, DeFi, enterprise and institutional, as well as gaming and NFTs. Plus, we'll be also delving into our latest updates and developments here at Colony Lab. So, from the latest technological advancements to the most innovative projects and partnerships, we've got all the inside scoop on everything you need to know about Avalanche. In this first episode, we have a lot to cover regarding the first half of the year in the Avalanche ecosystem. There have been numerous exciting network upgrades, significant partnerships, and witnessed growth in areas ranging from DeFi to gaming. So I would just like to precise that we can't unfortunately cover everything, especially the projects that aren't live yet. So if you'd like to check out what's coming soon on Avalanche, I highly recommend checking projects launching soon on Core app. Let's get started with network upgrades and highlights. Before we dive into 2023 exciting updates, let's take a moment to acknowledge Avalanche's remarkable achievements in closing out 2022. Avalanche made a significant stride with the introduction of the Banff software upgrade, unveiling AWM Avalanche Wrap messaging. This groundbreaking feature allows native communications across all Avalanche subnets, eliminating the need for bridges and delivering fast and reliable connectivity. So it goes without saying that subnets have improved and grown with more features in the last few months, solidifying their position as the premier environment for building expressive, high-performance and crypto-native platforms. Subnet builders now have access to game-changing tools such as elastic staking, allowing individuals to stake custom tokens and validate their subnets. Additionally, there's also the Rust VM SDK, enabling the development of entire blockchains in Rust. And now, with the inclusion of AWM, seamless communication between subnets is possible. So these continuous upgrades and releases have cemented Avalanche's reputation as the provider of the best-in-class toolkit for blockchain developers. And if you want to learn a little bit more about AWM, check out this video with Avalab's engineering team. You can find a link on the top right corner as well. Other exciting news that dropped early this year is Avalanche introducing Hyper SDK, which is the first framework to build in high-performance virtual machines from scratch on Avalanche. This provides builders a foundation to build the fastest blockchains in the world out of the box. So by simplifying custom VM development and abstracting the common runtime complexities and so on, Hyper SDK enables builders to focus on essential customizations while achieving remarkable performance. So Hyper SDK is actually structured so that developers literally can plug into a lightning-fast execution environment without writing massive amounts of code from scratch. And this obviously reduces the time it takes to build your own blockchain from multiple months to maybe just a couple of days. And if you want to learn more about Hyper SDK, you can check out this insightful video featuring Emin Gunsirer, CEO of Avalabs, and Patrick O'Grady, head of engineering at Avalabs. So now moving to more infrastructure news, what I'm about to mention are some of the exciting products that Avalabs team rolled out to help accelerate custom blockchain adoption. The first one is Evergreen. Evergreen subnets are a meticulously crafted suite of tools specifically curated for institutional blockchain deployments. To, of course, make it easier for institutions to launch permissioned blockchains that are of course, tailored to meet regulatory requirements. So by leveraging the customizability of subnets, Evergreen empowers financial service providers to unlock the potential of blockchain-driven functionalities such as tokenization, composability, and operational efficiency, and all of it, of course, happening within a secure and a private environment. There was also Ava Cloud that was announced not long ago by Ava Labs. Ava Cloud, as Ava Labs introduced it, is the Web3 launchpad for deploying and scaling no-code, fully managed custom blockchains. So, creating your own blockchain gives builders complete control over network customization, increasing scalability, performance, etc. But let's face it, the process can be complex and expensive, and that's exactly where Ava Cloud comes in. Because with Ava Cloud, businesses can slash both time to market and overhead, launching fully supported networks without the need to hire a robust engineering Web3 team and so on. Now, let me share a couple of numbers about the network before moving to the other sections of the show. Let's start with this. June actually marked Avalanche's network's third consecutive month with a new all-time high for monthly active users, as well as the second straight month with more than 1 million monthly active users. The current AVAX staking ratio is still around 60%. As for subnet metrics, at the end of June, there is a total of 21 mainnet subnets, 15 active mainnet subnets. And now, let's shift our focus to the latest updates in the world of DeFi. Delta Prime. Delta Prime is the very first under-collateralized decentralized borrowing app on Avalanche, and they launched in January. This exciting protocol aims to unleash trapped liquidity and provide users with a simplified portfolio management experience. By enabling cross-margin trading and liquidity provision on whitelisted protocols such as Trader Joe, YieldYak, GMX, Spectre, and so on, Delta Prime promotes capital efficiency for Avalanche DeFi users. At its launch, we at Colony Lab provided Delta Prime with 1 million in liquidity to boost its DPL, and the yields have been fire. In just 6 months on Delta Prime, users have swapped over 620 million, and based on today's data, 6th of July, their TVL is around 13 million, and the yields are still quite interesting. Thanks to Delta Prime, AVAX yields 2.5 times compared to Aave, and USDC yields around 5 times compared to Aave. What do we have else on DeFi? We also have the Dexalit subnet, the Dexalit subnet launch. Dexalit is the very first DeFi subnet on Avalanche, and their subnet launched in February this year. Dexalit, besides being the first DeFi subnet on Avalanche, they're also the very first CLOB, decentralized central limit order book DEX on Avalanche. They provide users with the ability to deposit, withdraw, and trade assets seamlessly on the Avalanche C chain and the Dexalit subnets. So with its innovative dual chain design, Dexalit actually combines the convenience of a centralized exchange with the security, transparency of an on-chain decentralization. If we had to talk numbers, remarkably, Dexalit has already facilitated over 8 million transactions, achieving an all-time high daily volume of 2.4 million by the end of June. And the numbers continue to rise. There is also StakeHut. Obviously, the team at StickHut has been hard at work since their launch last year. And if you don't know what StickHut is a first of its kind decentralized market making platform creating active liquidity management solutions on top of Trader Joe liquidity book. Approximately 199 million in trading volume has been facilitated by StickHut since their launch, which is great for a protocol that is just getting started. And by the way, speaking of Trader Joe Liquidity Book v2.1 also launched this year, introducing native auto-compounding, yield optimization, permissionless pool creation, and custom liquid curves shapes. You should check it out. So if you've been following the Avalanche ecosystem by now, you definitely know that subnets are a big deal. New business models are emerging, forming the backbone of the subnet economy. However, as our ecosystem expands, etc., certain challenges arise. One notable issue is the cost barrier for subnets to build on Avalanche. They must cover the expenses of running validators for their network and acquire AVAX tokens to validate their primary network. So that's the challenge that you might have heard about in the Avalanche ecosystem if you've been here for a while. And that is why we'd like you to meet GoGoPool, that is on a mission to making it that simple to launch Avalanche subnets. So gone will be the days of needing significant technical expertise, crypto assets for staking to launch a subnet. Actually, this permissionless staking protocol, GoGoPool, built for Avalanche, lowers the resources necessary for running a validator node via liquid staking and mini pools. Check out what they've been building, it's quite interesting for sure. Since we're talking about subnets, I could also mention MELD subnets. MELD is a first of its kind non-custodial liquidity protocol that recently deployed onto an Avalanche subnet. Users can access traditional banking services thanks to MELD, fusing together fiat and crypto services, etc. You can have a look at their website and what they've been up to. Next one, another interesting DeFi protocol that launched on Avalanche is SteadyFi, an advanced leverage yield aggregator that focuses on maximizing yields for a variety of sources while managing market risks automatically. So by providing under-collateralized leverage to automated yield strategies, SteadyFi caters to both risk-on yield seekers and risk-off lenders. Who do we have else? There's also Struct Finance. Okay, so we love seeing interesting traditional financial products being bridged to Web3, and Struct Finance is doing exactly that. Similar to a collateralized loan obligation or CLO in traditional finance, Struct Finance protocol brings a tranching system in which there is both a fixed and a variable component of yield. In other words, Struct Finance is a DeFi platform dedicated to providing customized structured financial products tailored to meet the specific risk returns profiles of both retail and institutional investors. I can't talk about DeFi on Avalanche without talking about BTCB. Did you know that you can actually put to work your Bitcoin? Like, your Bitcoin doesn't have to be an idle asset and can actually be used in DeFi without having to sell the assets. So, let me tell you about BTCB. BTCB is a secure and decentralized form of Bitcoin that can be used in DeFi thanks to the Avalanche network. It allows Bitcoin holders to use their tokens productively across a variety of DeFi applications, including to earn passive income or to use as an active collateral. This actually follows the trend of BTC holders starting to put their holdings to work on-chain. And BTCB over the last months went parabolic on Avalanche. set a new record for circulating supply at 5.9 Bitcoin and counting. So you might wonder, how can you still hold your Bitcoin while putting it to work? It's extremely simple. You can take your Bitcoin, BTC, transfer it using Core app, and get BTCB in return. Then you can use it in the many innovative DeFi apps on Avalanche. You can find some simple yield opportunities for BTCB on Delta Prime's BTCB Lending Pool, on Aave, Benki, Platypus, and Struct Finance. And actually, Struct Finance is currently offering a 10% on BTCB in a fixed yield. No incentives, just pure organic yield. 10% on BTCB in a fixed yield. That's pretty awesome. Another asset that I would like to talk about and that has been performing very well in the Avalanche ecosystem is Eurocoin. Circle, the issuer of USDC and Eurocoin, announced back in May the launch of Eurocoin on Avalanche, and things got super interesting. Avalanche now does more volume for Eurocoin than Coinbase and Ethereum. We have one more news item to cover in the DeFi section, and it pertains to KAI, the Colony Avalanche Index, which is the biggest yield-bearing token index focused on the Avalanche ecosystem. It is composed of the native token AVAX and the most prominent projects in the ecosystem. And based on the latest data, it turns out that investing in the Avalanche ecosystem through KAI has been yielding better than Ethereum-based DeFi. And in case you didn't know this, KAI has outperformed AVAX since day one. Since its inception, KAI has outperformed AVAX by around 50% based on end of June data. As for its performance compared to the largest well-established DeFi index on Ethereum, DPI, it outperformed it by more than 35%. Now, let's turn our attention to the enterprise and institutional segments in the Avalanche ecosystem. One of the biggest news that shook the Avalanche ecosystem and the crypto industry as a whole is the Amazon Avalanche partnership. AWS, Amazon Web Services, has partnered with Avalanche to bring scalable blockchain solutions to enterprises and governments. AWS supports Avalanche infrastructure and app ecosystem, including one-node deployments through the AWS Marketplace. Avalanche also plans to add subnet deployments as a managed service to the AWS Marketplace, allowing both individuals and institutions to launch custom subnets with a few clicks easily and in a very user-friendly way. Best part about subnets is that institutions, governments, businesses, etc. can customize their own blockchains to their needs, such as privacy, compliance with laws, and so on. And you might wonder, why is this a big deal? Why the partnership is a big deal? Well, actually, this partnership is a key step in exposing more people to blockchain technology. As Amazon services are available in over 100 countries, and additionally, the partnership extends beyond Amazon Cloud Computing platform offerings. Avalanche is now also part of the Amazon Partner Network, APN, allowing APN to assist clients in deploying custom offers on AWS connected to over 100,000 partners, extending the reach of blockchain technology worldwide. Intane Markets. This was the very first institutional subnet announced. Intane, a leading structured finance platform, built an Avalanche Evergreen subnet called Intane Markets, a marketplace for tokenized asset-backed securities. Why would they decide to build this on-chain? Well, who wouldn't want to simplify the complex structure of the current financial instruments and make them more transparent, more secure, and cost-efficient? Intane Markets brings together all stakeholders on a single platform, streamlining digital issuance and investment processes. This significantly boosts operational efficiency, making Intane more economically sustainable. The improved efficiency reduces costs for issuers and enables access to a larger pool of investors with smaller transaction sizes. Subnet's blockchain's features greatly enhance the investor experience by providing real-time transparency for every loan supporting an investment and enabling timely reward collection. These benefits were previously unavailable in traditional markets. And let's not forget that with the added benefit of customizable subnets, Intane can create a permissioned network that meets regulatory standards and other requirements. For instance, Intane Markets employs a permissioned design with US-based infrastructure, requiring its validators to be US entities and individuals. This demonstrates how subnets can be easily configured to meet regulatory demands. Let's see what do we have else on the institutional subnets. Oh yeah, we have Tencent Cloud and SK Planet. Tencent Global, which is another tech giant that chose Avalanche, is bringing the Avalanche technology to the millions of developers on Tencent Cloud, who now have access to tools like rapid node deployments and subnets. The Tencent Cloud ecosystem is used by the largest developers across all industries, and with Avalanche empowering its blockchain tooling, this partnership aims to help bring Web2 enterprises on-chain and really help accelerate, hopefully, the adoption of Web3 technologies across traditional businesses. As for SK Planet, it's a leading data and technology company in South Korea that is building an Avalanche subnet called UPTN for their tens of millions of users. UPTN will lay the ground for South Korea's transition to Web3 e-commerce impacting millions of users. By integrating UPTN with SK Planet's extensive range of services, including OK Cashback, which is, by the way, the country's largest e-commerce loyalty platform serving nearly half the population, South Korea will establish a strong position in pushing the boundaries of e-commerce and Web3. Next up, let's explore the vibrant gaming field within the Avalanche ecosystem, TSM. It goes without saying that gaming on Avalanche has witnessed amazing growth, and one of the most thrilling news we got this year is TSM. One of the largest esports and gaming organizations in the world is so bullish on Avalanche that they're building a subnet to bring their competitive gaming platform Blitz app, who has 30 million users on-chain on Avalanche. Now, you see, Avalanche's fully customizable subnets were created to help organizations like TSM push the boundaries of what is possible for gaming with sub-second transaction speed, scalability, and security for millions of users. And TSM bringing their 30 million user gaming app Blitz on Avalanche Elastic Subnet will not only revolutionize gaming, but it will also provide utility to the AVAX ecosystem by using AVAX for gas fees and burning a portion of those fees on every transaction that gamers make. And to make things even better, TSM is integrating the core app wallet directly into Blitz app, making it super easy to dive into the world of Web3 gaming. Another big name that announced their subnets on Avalanche is Loco. Loco is a leading independent esports and live streaming platform in India with 50 million users, and they're building a gaming subnet on Avalanche, plus an entire suite of Web3 products. Loco is strategically targeting two key markets with their first Web3 product, collectibles and fantasy sports. And let me tell you, the numbers behind these markets are staggering. In 2022, the fantasy sports industry generated a jaw-dropping $22.7 billion in revenue, with projections estimating it to reach an astonishing $48 billion by 2028. Additionally, Digital collectibles are emerging as the fastest growing sector within the already massive 400 billion global collectibles industry. And it's truly remarkable to witness key players in the fantasy applications realm seize the Web3 opportunity, and it's even more exciting to see it happening on the Avalanche platform. Perhaps some other gaming subnets worth mentioning are Shrapnel and Pulsar. Shrapnel is a highly anticipated dystopian AAA first-person shooter built by an elite team with a wealth of experience in the gaming industry. And Pulsar is an exciting MMO real-time strategy game. If you've been in the Avalanche ecosystem for a while, you know that Avalanche is motivated to assist in traditional gaming companies in embracing the Web3 opportunity. In June, Avalabs introduced a Web3 game studio called Arcade 3. It's a new program connecting traditional game publishers with Web3 studios to accelerate their journeys in Web3. From regulatory guidance to implementing token economics and marketing, Arcade 3 offers a range of support services. As for the NFT segment, one of the most significant developments in the NFT universe on Avalanche revolves around the Avalanche Foundation launch of Avasense, an initiative designed to accelerate the careers of artists around the world and foster excitement around the Avalanche NFT ecosystem. The program has two signature components: the Artist in the Residence program and the Mona Lisa initiative. The Artist in Residence program offers funding, mentorship, and access to virtual workshops to over 50 artists for a duration of 6 months. Additionally, through the Mona Lisa initiative, the Avalanche Foundation collaborates with diverse teams to acquire Avalanche NFTs, cementing the platform's position as a hub for the next generation of digital art. As you know, at Colony Lab, our focus this year was on our upcoming flagship feature, Early Stage. It's been already audited with a high score of almost 10 out of 10, but we nevertheless went for a second audit because security is and has always been an extremely important pillar of our vision. And especially given the very novel nature of our products, we wanted to make sure that we're pushing the very best first version of it out there. And if you're not familiar with Early Stage, our Early Stage feature is the first of its kind in the entire crypto space. We're allowing for the very first time anyone to invest in seed and private sales of early stage projects before their IDOs. So this is an opportunity that was previously only available to VCs, big angel investors, elite funds, and so on. And of course, our innovation doesn't stop just here. We've also built a liquid vesting solution that goes alongside this early stage feature to make the primary market liquid. So the liquid vesting solution is a groundbreaking innovation that enables for the first time early investors and projects to trade their locked vesting tokens on an AMM directly on our unique upcoming index. Very soon you will be able to access the deal flow of early stage projects building on Avalanche on our platform, upvote them, comment on them, rate them, and invest in their seed and private sales directly on our platform. And if you fancy it, you can even trade your locked vesting tokens before the TGE or throughout the vesting schedule directly on our DEX. And if there is something important to know about early stage feature, we built it in a way that is fully on-chain and scalable, that the platform could easily raise for 100 seed and private sales during the same week. All we need for that to happen is the bull market to show up. We're super excited about it. And yeah, so this is basically an exciting opportunity for both the community and the project. Community is accessing unprecedented opportunities, and we're really helping democratize early stage investing. As for projects, it's helping them decentralize, first of all, their cap tables to help them mitigate the risk of centralized influence and the associated selling pressure, obviously. And in addition to this, the funding mechanism helps projects to include the community in their development from the start and to acquire a substantial user base before even they launch. So yeah, you can check out our upcoming early stage feature plus liquid vesting solution details directly on our YouTube channel. We have multiple videos explaining all of it. Thank you for joining us on Avalanche News with Colony Lab. We hope you enjoyed our episode on Avalanche's 2023 first semester. To stay up to date with all the exciting developments, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Also, please leave your comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions to improve our content. Until next time, keep exploring, keep building and innovating, and keep riding the Avalanche wave with Colony Lab.